Golden Cents to make for 10 in a line. Off. It's a good start. Spot Doro for the early lead. What's the Buzz? Right up on the inside. Ghostly Act then got away in third. Rhino alongside of that one is next. Finner's Golden Cents way out in the middle of the course. They're followed up by Vols, Bravo, Ragazzo, and Fight Back. On the turn, and Spot Doro gets away from his rivals. It's Spot Doro in front by 3.5 lengths. What's the Buzz in second, a length and a half. Rhino follows up in third, then Ghostly Act on the inside. Next in fourth, R. Awesome Kid up on the outside. Fifth, Vols follows up in sixth. Gray Horse. Fight Back on the inside. Finner's Golden Cents. 10 or 12 lengths off the lead. Maxville up on the outside. Bravo Ragazzo is the trailer loose leader. Spot Doro maintains the advantage, 8 lengths. What's the Buzz in second? Rhino with these orange silks is next in third. Ghostly Act on the inside. Fourth, Vols is in between horses. Fifth. Then it's our Awesome Kid next in sixth. Fight Back at the rail. Finner's Golden Cents. Maxville finally Bravo Ragazzo. And here they come to blow right by that leader. First one to try it. It's What's the Buzz up on the outside. Rhino coming hard. Ghostly Act is in between horses as they straighten away for the stretch run with Vols also striding out. It is Rhino and Vols and Ghostly Act up the inside. It's Rhino. Rhino in front. Ghostly Act is coming. It's Rhino to hold off Ghostly Act as they near the wire. Rhino is there by just ahead. Ghostly Act was second. Vols and What's the Buzz? In the gate. They're off, and they broke in a good line with Beer Money fastest away from there. Instinct Doro, then Pete's Old Fashioned, and 8 Clap opening up. Beer Money 3 lengths. Instinct Doro drops back. Rail Runner, 8 Clap in between them. Pete's Old Fashioned. Now it's Beer Money in front by less than a length. Instinct Doro is next in second. Pete's Old Fashioned is third, and 8 Clap in fourth. Maldonado plays cat and mouse and opens it up again, 2.5 lengths. Instinct Doro is in pursuit, next in second, 8 Clap. On the inside, third, followed up by Pete's Old Fashioned. Quarter pole time, and it's Beer Money with Instinct Doro up on the outside, and they straighten away. Here comes Instinct Doro, narrow lead. Beer Money is back to second. Then it's Pete's Old Fashioned and 8 Clap. It's Instinct Doro driving hard at the 16th pole. Instinct Doro edges away. Instinct Doro from Beer Money and Pete's Old Fashioned. 2.5 the best was Instinct Doro. Beer Money the runner-up. Pete's Old Fashioned, 8 Clap. There are no program changes in the third race. And Estrella coming forward. They're off. Out from between horses, Sequin Lady, but right down at the rail, that is Hottitude. And down the back stretch they go, crossing to the dirt portion of the course, and Hottitude shows the way. A Real Jewel is next. Paleo's Princess is on the outside of those two. Then it's Avon Tap, Teen Drama, followed by Sequin Lady, Dad's Estrella, Revelation. Down the back stretch with 3 across the course, and it's Hottitude in front from A Real Jewel racing in second. Paleo Palios Princess is third. Teen Drama is then in fourth. Aventap follows up in fifth. Revelation the inside sixth. Dance Estrella the outside seventh. Sequin Lady is eighth. Hoditude has been there every step of the way, in front by 2 lengths. Teen Drama skims the rail as they come to the top of the stretch, with Hoditude holding on from Teen Drama. A real jewel on the far outside. Palios Princess, it's Hoditude. Hoditude in front by 3 lengths. Up the rail, Revelation is coming late. Hoditude, Revelation. It is Hoditude holding on. Revelation coming on. Gate 2 wire for Hoditude. Juan Hernandez, the winner, Revelation. Then we've got a photo there for third between Aventap and Palios Princess. Fourth race, post time in 30 minutes. The gate. They're off. And it's Jay Dutton for the lead. Puddinhead Jones broke in second. The GM is third. It's My World and Blame the Classic as they fan out. 5 across the track around the clubhouse turn. Jay Dutton with speed from that rail spot. Puddinhead Jones just a half length back in second. The GM up on the outside is third by 2, followed by It's My World. And finally, it's Blame the Classic. Heading to the backstretch, and Jay Dutton has the lead in hand by just a neck. Puddinhead Jones, the GM on the outside of those 2 by 2. It's My World, and finally, Blame the Classic. Midway point of the backstretch run, and Jay Dutton is there by less than a length. Puddinhead Jones is next in second. First-time starter, the GM, is third, now second. Then it's 2 lengths. It's My World, and finally Blame the Classic with 3/8 of a mile to run. Jay Dutton opens it up by 3. The GM is now into second. It's My World is next in third. Blame the Classic and Puddinhead Jones turning for home. Jay Dutton in front by 6. It is Jay Dutton at the top of the stretch and showing the way, been there every step of the way. It's My World is driving hard. The GM, but it's Jay Dutton in front by 6 lengths. Jay Dutton is there. Then it's My World. Then the GM. Inside the final 16th of a mile, Jay Dutton, It's My World. Jay Dutton and It's My World. Jay Dutton is holding on, and Jay Dutton is winning it by just about a length and maybe less than that. It's My World gained ground late with the GM running third, and back to Blame the Classic. 27 minutes. They're in the gate. They're off. We Miss Grammy, Dolly Mae, and Beautiful Janet. If you ain't first, you're last. Disruptive Artist up on the outside and by the stands the first time. Then it's Marina's Tina, followed up by Cheekiest as they head into that clubhouse turn. If you ain't first, you're last. Takes the name seriously, shows the way just over a length. Beautiful Janet racing in second by 2 lengths. Disruptive Artist, We Miss Grammy, anxious to go right down at the inside. Then it's a length and a half to Marina's Tina. Cheekiest is down on the inside with some run. Leopardess on the far outside, 1 length further back. Dolly Mae and True Patriot is the trailer. Now on down the backstretch, If you ain't first, you're last. Maintains that advantage just over a length. Beautiful Janet is racing in second. by half length. We Miss Grammy is on the inside third. Disruptive Artist is then in fourth. Marina's Tina follows up in fifth. Leopardess is next in sixth. Cheekiest, Dolly Mae, and True Patriot as they swarm in on the early leader. And Beautiful Janet now. It is Beautiful Janet going on to the front. Disruptive Artist is coming up alongside, turning into the stretch. Blazed-faced Beautiful Janet. Disruptive Artist. Leopardess is next in third, along with Marina's Tina. In the stretch run, Dolly Mae has come from out of the clouds. Here comes the gray Dolly Mae. Dolly Mae, Dolly Mae in the run to the wire. Another closer, True Patriot, the far outside, and one in between them is Dolly Mae got there. True Patriot. And we had Cheekiest right there in a thrilling come from behind finish. Outside it will be Top Gun Tommy. They're in the gate. They're off. Idaho once stumbled at the start. Top Gun Tommy has the most speed away from there. Ultimate is in between horses. Devil Be Me is right down at the inside, and there goes Peaceful Waters to join the fray. Down the backstretch they go, stride for stride, heads apart. Top Gun Tommy and Peaceful Waters, and Devil Be Me is next in third. Then it's Ultimate in fourth. It's My House is fifth. Left-Hand Man follows up in sixth, and it's a distance to Super Chief and Idaho once. They match strides, tooth and nail as they turn for home. Devil Be Me on the inside now takes over the lead. Top Gun Tommy. Peaceful Waters has dropped back quickly. Ultimate is up on the outside. Left-Hand Man is at the rail as they turn for home. Devil Be Me in front. Top Gun Tommy ranging up on the outside, and they straighten away for the drive. Devil Be Me in front. Top Gun Tommy is second. On the inside, it's My House is gaining. Ultimate is gaining as well. And Super Chief roaring from the far outside. Meanwhile, though, Devil Be Me is long gone and comes onto the wire well in front. Super Chief got the place. Left-Hand Man, and then back to Ultimate. Are no changes in the next race. Post time for the 7th is in 24 minutes. They're in the gate. They're off. It's Agency showing speed from the outside. Behind enemy lines is up close. Also Player B, then Daniel's Magic and Zaffarelli. Lovesick Blues is the gray. 3 lengths, Catalina Eddy and Mas Rapido. Down the backstretch, Agency half length from Player B. Behind enemy lines is racing close up behind them. On the outside, there goes Zaffarelli into contention. Lovesick Blues then follows up in fifth as they race around the turn with Agency. Still the one to catch, but the lead is just a neck. Player B, behind enemy lines, stalks them just a length and a half away. Zaffarelli, Catalina Eddy, Daniel's Magic, Lovesick Blues. And they straighten away for the stretch run. Agency, tough on the lead. Up from the outside, Zaffarelli. And behind enemy lines is squeezing through. It's Agency, Zaffarelli, Catalina Eddy, and Daniel's Magic also coming on. Blanket finish as they hit the wire. Gray Horse also there. Lovesick Blues. Wow. In the gate. Off. And it's Lyle's Song right to the front. Captain Chuchi's in pursuit is second. Several from the outside draws make it 5 across the track, curving around the clubhouse turn. Lyle's Song maintains that inside lead by 3 parts of a length. Captain Chuchi's is second. Navajo Warrior is then in third. Hurricane Way is fourth. On the outside, Duran, a length and a half triple pass. Pelagio, Mongolian Max. It is a tightly bunched group of 8 as they straighten out on the backstretch with Lyle's Song showing the way by just over a length. Captain Chuchi's by ahead. Navajo Warrior Duran. Hurricane Way the inside. Pelagio triple pass. Mongolian Max half mile left to go. And Lyle's Song still the one to catch. On top by 2 lengths. Captain Chuchi's is next in second. Duran gets going from the outside, following up in third, as does Triple Pass, along with Pelagio. Lyle's Song is turning for home in front by 2 lengths. Captain Chuchi's by 1 length. Duran is then next in third. And on the inside, that's Pelagio. And they turn in the stretch. It's all Lyle's Song. Opening it up now to 5, Lyle's Song. Lyle's Song, Captain Chuchi's has tried hard throughout. On the inside, Pelagio, then it's Duran. Lyle's Song, DQ'd last time out, makes no mistakes in here as he gallops home a 7-length winner. Captain Chuchi's, Pelagio, Hurricane Way, and Mongolian Max. In the nightcap, which is leg 1 of the $5 Golden Hour Double. 3's post time. In the gate. Off. The Giants' Candy wants the early lead. Cali Bay comes up alongside to join him. Giovanazzo is next in third. Then it's Vanzi up on the outside, followed by Aurelian Man. And racing down at the rail, there is Flavius, followed up by Fantastic Man Friday. Gray Horse on the inside is Moody Jim. And the trailer is General Mathis, as the Giants' Candy leads them to the backstretch run by about a length and a half. Giovanazzo is in second by 2.5 lengths. Cali Bay is on the inside third with Vanzi, then next in fourth. Aurelian Man and Flavius on the inside, followed by Fantastic. Then it's Moody Jim, Man Friday, and last of all is General Mathis. Onto the far turn. The Giants' Candy in front, 3/4 of a length. Giovanazzo in second. Cali Bay just 2 lengths away from the lead is third. Vanzi is then following up in fourth. Flavius on the inside fifth. Aurelian Man is sixth. And Moody Jim in seventh as the field turns for home. The Giants' Candy is there. Giovanazzo is up alongside a length and a half or 2. Cali Bay is next in third. Flavius got off the rail. Here they come in the stretch. The Giants' Candy in front. Cali Bay, Giovanazzo driving hard. Here comes Fantastic right down at the rail. Another driving finish. Here it is. Cali Bay. Cali Bay forges to the front in the late stages, pulling away. The Giants' Candy was second. Then it's a photo for third. Giovanazzo and Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up shortly on television monitors, Quigley's Corner. Tom Quigley, the host, with selections and informative talk. Quigley's Corner, TV monitors, coming up shortly.
That's high octane right there.
A lot of horsepower here at the Great Race Place. Not only the California Car Show in the infield, but of course 10 thoroughbred races with hopefully a lot of money to be made. Hi everybody, my name is Tom Quigley, VIP player concierge. So happy that you decided to join us on Belmont Stakes Day. The third and final leg of the Triple Crown. Post time for Belmont Stakes at Saratoga is 3:41 p.m. Pacific time. And a gentleman who was born and raised in Queens, New York, but now calls California his home is my seminar guest today. His name, Larry Zapp. Larry, happy Saturday. Welcome to the seminar.
Tom, thanks for having me. It's been a while, a few months, but I'm glad to be back. I did the Preakness with you a couple years ago, nailed the Preakness that day. Chad Brown won it that day.
Well, let's hope that you can nail the Belmont as well. But before we look at both today's card and the Belmont Stakes, Larry, we want to take a look at yesterday's Acorn Stakes. It was won by the Kentucky Oaks winner, Torpedo Anna. Torpedo Anna emerged victorious in the Acorn yesterday. Let's listen to track announcer Frank Miramati, who's calling the Saratoga races this weekend. Bring them home.
Torpedo Anna is up to take the lead at the top of the stretch. Just FYI, tries to shift to the outside. In the center of the racetrack, Leslie's Rose is closing, and My Main Squeeze is widest of all. A late bid from Power Squeeze, but it's Torpedo Anna. She is simply brilliant, putting them away in the DK Horse Acorn. Another stellar performance from Torpedo Anna.
Larry, you know, as horse players, when we look at the past performances, we glean over a lot of information and don't really focus on it. And one of those pieces of information we kind of just look at casually is who the breeder of a horse is. And in Torpedo Anna's case, it's a breeder by the name of Judy Hicks. Torpedo Anna is our leading 3-year-old here in the country. She's now earned close to $1.7 million from just 6 lifetime starts. She's brilliant, but there's more to the story. You told me about Judy Hicks yesterday, the breeder, and what she did to make sure that Torpedo Anna could make it to the the races. It's unbelievable.
There's a lot to the story. It starts about, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. We got hooked up to Judy Hicks, Joe Ciaglia, and myself,
Sure.
and we board mares over there. Tom Hudson used to work at McGalley in California, knew Judy, and she's originally from California, but she had a destiny, and that was to have a horse farm. She was going to be a vet. I actually had to read up more on her because you know somebody, but you don't know enough about their ins and outs. And she decided to be a farm manager, and then she bought her own farm when she met her husband, and they have this beautiful brickstone farm near Versailles, Kentucky, and it's gorgeous, and it's just well manicured. And she says it's not as fancy as some of the other farms, but it's fancy enough, Tom. But this woman lives and breeds horses, and the mother of Torpedo Ann, or Savides, is an Uncle Mo filly, not bred by Judy Hicks, and she was born on Judy's farm prematurely. And Judy probably spent 3 to 6 months keeping her alive. She thought her lungs would give out. She thought she'd get malnutrition. And if you go find online a video, I think it was the Blood Horse that went there after the Kentucky Oaks. She's, like Judy says, she's got an Uncle Mo body, but she's got miniature legs on her. You couldn't believe this mare if you tried. So she waited till she was 3 and she started breeding her, and she bred her to Tourist first and got a halfway decent horse out of it, made $100,000
by the name of Charlie O.
Charlie O. And I actually called her after the maiden win, as I did after the maiden win here, but it wasn't for sale, Torpedo Ann, or Charlie O was, but she still has Charlie O. But bottom line is she doesn't go commercial. She goes what she thinks physically matches. And I think that's the most interesting part of the game, breeding a mare to a stallion. And she breeds to a very not popular stallion.
Fast Anna stands for $5,000.
I think we lost Fast Anna, but he did stand for $5,000. And he was a good sprinter. Came out to Santa Anita, I believe, and worked 58 with Gary Stevens. Immediate toss, if it's not a Mel Studi or a Baffert. But back to the story. She raised this horse. She put it in a yearling sale. She said it was a little slow to develop, maybe because of the mother. And she put it in the October Fasig-Tipton sale. And Kenny McPeak, sharp eye.
$40,000.
The man bought Swiss Skydiver for $30 and won the Preakness, okay? And he beat Authentic Horse of the Year.
He's got a track record of doing this.
He's doing pretty good. I mean, there's a little jealousy, but there's also admiration for a job well done, that it doesn't take millions. And what Judy has done, and she does a great job with the mares we co-own with her, and a few ones we have on our own, but she was at her farm the day this filly won the Fantasy, Tom, because she still was foaling mares. She's that into it and that hands-on. So look what happened. And yesterday she's parading around, and they were like, go around again, Judy. And she went around again. So proud of herself and so proud of this filly. And could she have been tough today against the boys? We'll never know, but maybe the Haskell.
And she ran with 3 shoes, it was reported after the race as well. So just a spectacular filly. You never know where a superstar might come from. And, as I get older, Larry, the thing that amazes me more and more about this sport, not just the gambling side of it, but just the love that so many people have for the thoroughbreds. I talk about this all the time on the backside. The Judy Hicks story you just shared with us is amazing. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes in order to make sure that the show continues from coast to coast, whether it's Santa Anita, Saratoga, Belmont, Churchill, whatever.
The game has taken a bad rap in recent years. We've done a lot to fix a lot of things that needed fixing, but the things that don't get talked about is exactly that, Tom. The people behind the scenes, people who work at the tracks, people who work. Judy, her farm hands have been with her, her farm manager's been with her 20 years. The pride these people have in something being born, a horse, an athlete, being born on their farm, being raised, being sold, and they follow it just like it's still theirs. It's amazing where it starts, and there's a lot of heartache. We've lost 2 babies this year, and one was at Judy's farm, and one was because of a stomach disorder. And when she called me, she was so heartbroken because I know how much she cares about these animals.
We'll see if another great champion might be crowned today in the Belmont Stakes. We've got the Kentucky Derby winner, trained by Ken McPeak, named Mystic Dan. Also sees the Gray, the Preakness winner, trained by the legend, the coach, D. Wayne Lucas. Should be quite a showdown. Sierra Leone might have something to do with it as well. But before we talk about both the Belmont Stakes and today's outstanding 10-race card here, let's toss the microphone over to track announcer Alan Buckdahl and get the early changes on today's Saturday's card here at the Great Race Place.
Very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Santa Anita Park, the great race place. Here are the program changes with the main track fast and the turf course firm. The rail at 0 feet on the turf course. There are no program changes in the first race. There are no program changes in the second race. In the third race, number 1, Respect the Crown, 1 pound overweight. Number 2, Annie Fox, is a program scratch. Scratch number 2, Annie Fox. No show wagering on the third race. In the fourth race, that indicated scratch on the program of number 6, C. Singer. There are no changes in the fifth race. In the sixth race, number 1, Doro Dash, 2 pounds overweight. Number 5, Kaylin Dana, 4 pounds overweight. And number 6, Pacific Quest, 2 pounds overweight. There are no changes in the seventh race. Summertime Oaks, Grade 2, $200,000 guaranteed. No show wagering. There are no changes in the eighth race. In the ninth race, number 2, Perfect in Gray, 1 pound over. In the 10th race, no program changes. A reminder today, Coast to Coast, Pick 5, featuring races from Gulfstream Park and Santa Anita Park. $1 minimum wager, player-friendly, 15% takeout. Post time for the first race here, 58 minutes away. Tom Quigley, back to you.
Welcome back. We're talking horses with equine scout Larry Zapp. Larry's been around the racetrack here in Southern California since 1984. He's always a very popular guest. We're going to find out who he likes on today's 10-race card. But before we do, Larry, let's talk about the Belmont Stakes. We've got 3 sires here that we saw run in Southern California. Sierra Leone, sired by Gunrunner. Seize the Gray, sired by Arrogate. And Mystic Dance, sired by Golden Sense. Those 3 seem to be the ones getting the most betting attention at this point in time. Who do you like in the race and why?
Just remember Resilience into Mischief. That was
Richard Mandella.
Richard Mandella,
yes, sir.
And he's been an okay sire. Tom, Sierra Leone, we bred Venetian Harbor to Gunrunner, and I watch everything going on with Gunrunner ever since. We have a yearling that's probably
he's been prolific in his short time as a sire.
Beyond prolific. So I watched this horse sell live. I already saw the walk-in video, Sierra Leone, and I've just been in love with the horse. I was wondering what it would bring, maybe $1 million, $1.5 million, and it went over $2 million. I saw all the right people, Coolmore and Partners bought it. And how can you knock a horse that's cost himself being undefeated, but now they have a new bid on him. Chad's keeps working him, got him to Saratoga early. He's the best horse in the race. Now, people are noticing that Krupe won the Suburban today, but it's been a speed bias.
Yes, sir.
But these jockeys tend to overreact to speed biases, and maybe all of a sudden a couple of these jockeys are going to think, well, maybe I should go to the lead. And then they go a little faster than they really want to go. So what's going to happen? Seize the Gray is going to go out there. Dornock, I think he has to go out there because they've tried everything else with him. He got eliminated in the Derby. In Mindframe, the horse with a immense talent, but he's lightly raced. I think he's got to be forwardly placed. So I think we're going to see some speed in here. So I'm hoping that it sets up for number 9, Sierra Leone. He's just the best horse in the race. The horse that has impressed me just watching them all train up to the race is the 5, Antiquarium. This horse was really nice winning the Jim Dandy Stakes. And I once connected in the Belmont on Lemon Drop Kit after I think he was second in the Jim Dandy, but he was wanting more ground. This is a 1.25 miles. Let's remember this. So I think I'm going to play a heavy 9-5 here. I'm not going to leave out Seize the Gray, Mystic Dan, and Mindframe just for the underneath. But for me, I'm just going to go Sierra Leone. He's the best horse. The switch to Flavian Pratt. I feel bad for Tyler Gaffleone, but Flavian Pratt's just he's in a zone, and the 5 Antiquarian maybe at a price. A 9-5 for me, and I think going to be a pretty good race.
Let's take a look at the Santa Anita card. Kicking things off in race number 1, where we're sprinting 6.5 furlongs in the turf course. The rails today are at 0 feet. Of course, race 1 begins the popular 50-cent early pick 5. It's also a split of race number 6. Same racing conditions, and those conditions are just simply for maiden special weights. We've got a field of 8. The morning line favorite, number 7, Bad Uncle Barry from the Mark Glatt barn, is 2-1. This field looks, at least on paper, to be loaded with talent, lightly raced maidens who look to have some ability. Before we get your thoughts on the race, Larry, we want to watch the replay for number 8, Russell's Hustle. It was a maiden $50,000 6.5 furlong turf sprint with Mike Smith in the saddle, who returns to ride today. He's going to break from post position number 4 and be wearing the yellow silks. So let's listen to Frank Miramani to describe the action back on May 24th and watch Russell's Hustle break from post position number 4.
And they're off. Uncle Reg and Legitify vying for the early lead. JB Strikes Back splits that pair and is up to take the lead. Then it's another 2 back to Russell's Hustle on the outside of Supreme Coast, who races on the rail 8 lengths off that leader, which is now Legitify in a clear-cut fashion. Down the back stretch, Legitify opens up 2. JB Strikes Back in pursuit second. They're followed by Quality Wins and Russell's Hustle right together, 3rd and 4th. A gap of 4 to Uncle Reg. Supreme Coast on Teeb is second to last with 8 to make up, and another 2 to Zafiro Anejo. It's Legitify who rounds the far turn in front, swarmed in by JB Strikes Back and Quality Strikes on the outside. They're followed by Russell's Hustle. Uncle Reg, good trip, starting to inch into contention now, 5th, just 3 lengths off the lead, followed by Supreme Coast and Antibes there at the top of the stretch. And Uncle Reg is coming with a smart rally in the center of the race course. Here comes Uncle Reg, sustained bid up to take command, leaving Legitify, Quality Wins, and all the others behind. Big day for Umberto Rispoli as Uncle Reg wins easily.
Larry, before that race that we just watched Russell's Hustle perform, and we hadn't seen him since August of 2023 down at Del Mar. I thought with trouble that was a very good performance, and as you can see on the gallop out, he's right with the top 2 finishers. There's a lot to build on off this comeback race.
Yeah, I thought, I've been following him. We used to have a horse with George named the Slap by Oscar Performance, and they kind of were coming up the ranks together as 2-year-olds. Russell's Hustle came back a stronger 3-year-old, and now he's even a stronger 4-year-old. And I saw Brian Carney on your show about a month ago give out a 17-time maiden.
He sure did, with a bunch of first-time starters.
And it won. So I'm going to try to do the same thing. Obviously, off that troubled trip, but I gotta try to compete with my buddy. And I like the draw. There's could be a lot of talent in here, but I like the experience. And I think this horse, maybe George Papadromo figured this horse might be a better sprinter, and I just think he'll sit off the speed and hopefully finish strong. So number 8, Russell's Hustle, is going to get my top selection, and I think he's got to beat the Mark Glatt right on the inside of him. Bad Uncle Barry, interestingly named horse. He just missed last time, and he has a solid minute flat bullet work. So 8-7 for me, and what could be a pretty wide open race.
I think it's a great way to start the card. There's a lot of opportunities to make a score here, including number 3, Wild Recruit, who we haven't seen since August of 23 down at Del Mar, owned in partnership by Rick Pitino, the current coach at St. John's University, son of Nyquist. Certainly sky's the limit. When he ran on debut down at Del Mar, I liked the way he looked in the paddock. Tyler Bays has certainly ridden some winners as well this meet. Really good way to start a good 10-race card today here at the Great Race Place. Race number 2, Larry, begins the 50-cent early pick 4. We're sprinting 6 furlongs in the main track for Calbred 3-year-olds, allowance optional claiming types, non-winners of 1 other than. We've got a field of 5. Number 5, Capo Luigi, is a first-time gelding, the morning line favorite, drawn right inside. Number 4, Special Club, at 6-5 on John White's morning line. Also, happy birthday wishes to trainer Steve Miotti, who saddles number 2, Smoke 'em Easy, going turf to dirt. Small field, but still a competitive race.
It could be a competitive race. I don't usually like the rail, but in a short field going own 6 furlongs. Where's the Loot was very impressive, breaking its maiden. Tim Yakting got away for running him for 50, and he's now obviously protecting him today. I just think he can move forward with a little more distance, and I think Diego Herrera will figure out a way to negotiate that rail today. And no doubt number 4, Special Club, who's raced 4 back on dirt, is probably makes him the horse to beat. He started running on grass for Craig Lewis, but I like to see him back on the dirt. Clubhouse Ride is very versatile as a stallion. Nothing fancy here for me. The 2 favorites, 1-4 in race number 2.
Race number 3 is for fillies and mares. Maiden claimers, $20,000 of the claiming tag, sprinting 6 furlongs in the main track. Scratch the 2, Annie Fox. Leaves us with a field of 4. Number 3, Ace Baby from the Paula Geary barn is the 9-5 morning line favorite. Edwin Maldonado picked up a bunch of mounts today. He was supposed to be at Saratoga and riding Vlahos scratched at Saratoga, so Edwin stayed on the West Coast. Is he going to get a winner here?
You know, I kind of have to stick with the horse that has the best form, even though it's turf form. Number 1, Respect the Crown is a horse that just should handle this level of horse. He actually looks good in the mornings on the dirt. He's never run on the dirt, but the 47-4 just kind of gives me that whisper ready and just kind of catch the right field. They obviously had big hopes for this horse, a homebred of Red Baron's Mark Cohen, but I think they're just trying to get the win. And Jeff doesn't run a short horse. His horses constantly outlook the competitors.
Won off the layoff yesterday with one of his runners.
Yes, he did, and he forgot to tell me about that, Tom.
Me too.
It looked good in the paddock, though, and I mean the horse to beat is Ace Baby. This horse has not been really a good finisher, but I think he'll use the speed to his advantage. So for me, it's another blah race, 1-3. The future races of the card are going to get better,
including race number 4, where we begin a 50-cent middle pick for. That's right, we offer a middle pick for whenever we have 10 races or more on a card, which is the case today. And in race number 4, we're going 1 mile on the turf course for allowance optional claiming types, non-winners of 1 other than. Program scratch of the 6, C Singer, leaves us with a field of 6. The morning line favorite on the bottom, number 7, City Exile from the Phil D'Amato barn at 2-1. The second choice is number 3, 7 Wonders, who's 5-2, trained by your buddy Peter Urton. Before we get your thoughts on the race, Larry, we want to watch a workout for 7 Wonders. This was a workout on the training track on June 3rd, and 7 Wonders is going to be on the outside. The exercise rider is wearing the red cap. What was it about 7 Wonders workout here that you wanted to tell us about? Well,
I liked the race. I almost showed the race. There was a big step forward for him because this horse has been well thought of in the barn of Peter, and who is a guy I go way back with. And he was actually at the Yankee-Dodger game, like in the 3rd row last night.
Of course he was.
Made me really jealous. But what I like here is they're using the lesser horse, Bound to Succeed, who's really just an average horse, just kind of to keep him occupied, keep him busy. You could see the rider is not trying to win this drill. He's just trying to keep the horse competitive. And I like that with between races, just to keep the horse's mind on business, which is obviously to compete. He didn't go by the other horse, but he had a lot of horse left. And I just see he came out of the race excellent. I loved his last race, Tom. So he's going to be my top pick. And I think a very contentious, not a big field of horses, but I think top to bottom, it's a good field of horses. So I'll go with the Petered and trained 3, 7 Wonders. And the horse that I also showed the last race of is Ottoman Prince. 2 races in the country. The first one was a very tough grade 3 down the hill, won by Mucho de Oro, who came back and won again at this meet. And the last race was just a horrific trip from the start. Never found a good spot. And when you really watch tapes on turf races, where the horse is placed is so important, because you can really learn a lot about a bad trip and a live horse at a price by watching tapes. I just think this horse has more to show than he's shown so far. Frizou's on him, so obviously the barn likes him. He's had Pratt, the Tory, now Frizou. I think he's super live in his spot. I'm going 3-5 here, but it is a pretty salty heat.
Race number 5 begins the $1 pick 6 sequence. Yesterday's pick 6, 1 winning ticket paid in excess of $55,000. Otherwise, we would have had a carryover. Nevertheless, congratulations to that skilled ticket holder. The ticket was purchased through TVG. And we kick off today's pick 6 sequence, sprinting the abbreviated sprint distance of 5 furlongs in the main track for $10,000 claimers. The rail horse, number 1, Cross Examine, is a first-time gelding. We've got a field of 7. Number 6, Bruto from the Adam Kitchenman barn is the 5-2 morning line favorite. This is a bit of a scramble because we've got a lot of low salary Alamitos shippers in here.
I'm just laughing because I go into that Eddie Logan room of your guys, and you guys are all putting that early pick 4 or pick 5 together, and I'm like, where did they? I thought they made a mistake and put a Los Al race number 1 in as
race number 5 today.
Race number 5 at Santa Anita.
We're going to blow off steam some way. That's the way we do it at the end of the day in Eddie Logan. Playing the Los Al early pick 4.
I think it's a great gamble. And I'll tell you, I wish I had Sarge or somebody here because, I mean, you really got to understand the nuances of Los Alamitos form. But I went 3 Perfecto Armor. I watched a couple of his last couple of races. And if he runs the race 2 back, I think he's going to be the horse to catch turning for home. He got into trouble from the start last time, and I think that really affected his performance. And he was being protected, I believe, in like a starter in a couple starter races. So him in for 10 is not necessarily a raise in class. And obviously the horse with the current form is the 2 El Diablo Rojo. He's very consistent horse, hasn't won in a while, but he's right there all the time. And I think he's the horse to beat. And Giovanni Franco's actually having a nice year so far. I think he's been riding excellent. So I'm going to go 3-2 here. Kind of a speed play for me on that stretch out from the 1,000-yard race.
Race number 6 begins the 50-cent late pick 5 sequence. It also begins the $3 all-turf pick 3. Yesterday's $3 all-turf pick 3 paid in excess of $1,000. Great value with that $3 minimum wager. Race, as I mentioned earlier, a split of race number 1, same conditions, and those conditions that 6.5 furlongs in the turf course for main special weights. We've got a field of 8, the more lane favorite down in the race number 1, Dior Dash from Mark Latbarn. 5-2 with Mike Smith in the saddle. Before we get your thoughts on the race, Larry, you wanted to watch some workout tape for a first-time starter. It would be for number 6, Pacific Quest, trained by Bob Hess, ridden by Kent DeSormo. Here's Pacific Quest on the training track. It's a solo drill, but as soon as we pick up the tape, you can tell this horse wants to get it on. His head is rocking back and forth. The jockey's trying to slow him down, and yet the time is legit, a minute and a tick.
I go back to a 2-year-old sale with this horse. I kind of pulled him out a couple days in a row and thought if I can buy him right, I'm going to buy this horse. And he ended up bringing 250. It's because he's a Nyquist. He's a strong colt. And what you just said is exactly why I wanted to show this. There's more than he's even letting out right now. And this horse is determined. And I like workouts. I love that they're using the synthetic track now, especially with horses that are going to try the grass. And I tell you what, I just think this horse is ready to run a big race. And if he can just get out of the gate, because that's your worry with first-time starters, I just think this horse is a big, strong individual with lots of talent. And look at him. He just wants to do it, and he doesn't have company to do it with. So this is a horse that wants to get the job done, and I'm hopefully at 12-1 he gets the job done today, Tom. So he will be my top selection. And, I mean, I had to go with the right next to him, Brian Corner, has a Sir Prancelot out of the mare Pure. Tom's Regret. Tom's Regret is the half sister, and she won first time out. It was very precocious. For whatever reason, this horse didn't make it to the races at 2. But I like that Darren Pearson, DP Racing, kept him and didn't sell the horse, and he gave him the Brian Corner, I guess, because Jim Cassidy's kind of not training many horses anymore. Hanging them
up, let's say.
I think so. But Brian Corner knows how to get a horse ready. I think he won with a Sir Prancelot first time out at Del Mar last summer. And I just like the pedigree play, and the works look solid enough to me. And I like the value on both horses. So I'm going 6-7 and hoping for the best.
A couple additional notes on Larry's top 2 selections. Number 7, Pure Madness, you can see is a Calbred running against Open Company. He's the only Calbred in the field. Also number 6, Pacific Quest, who Larry likes on top. The Damn Tough Irma. This is her first foal. She did run 4 times on the turf course. She has 1 win and 1 second. That 1 win was going a mile on the turf in a non-winners of 1 at Keeneland. So certainly she had a lot of ability. Sky's the limit potentially for Pacific Quest, whose workout we watched on the synthetic track. Race number 7 is our feature race on the card. It also begins the 50-cent late pick 4. It's the Grade 2 Summertime Oaks for 3-year-old fillies, going a mile and a 16th on the main track. Field of 4, 2 trained by Bob Baffert, including the Moy Lane favorite on the bottom. Number 4, Nothing Like You, who's 4-5 according to John White. Can Nothing Like You duplicate that sky-high 91 by her speed figure, or are you expecting a regression?
I think, she's the horse to beat. She's the most accomplished horse in the race with her win back at Los Alamitos and then obviously the last race. But I found out about Jane Austen, the horse, last year at the 2-year-old sales. Mark Latt, we actually got a horse with him at that sale. And I met the owner of the horse who runs Racing Stables. I
Yes,
don't know.
Muir Hut. Yes, Muir Hut Stables.
But it was an incredible story. We don't have time for why they named the stables that, but they told me about this horse. His wife named the horse, and I guess Jane Austen, for those literary people out there. I guess they're very important in the literary world.
The publishing world.
The publishing world. But the story is, I started following this horse, watching its workouts, and when it made its debut, I thought, oh, this horse is going to need one. And when she won at 7/8 of a mile, that really impressed me, Tom. And then she beat a really good horse named In Theory last time.
Yes.
A filly I was part of buying, Sakura Blossom, was third that day. We came back 2 weeks later last weekend and ran a good second, solid second in the Honeymoon. So I think that was a strong race. She's stepping up in class, but I think she's always been highly thought of. She cost $750,000. She's out of an Indian Charlie mare by Tappet. I'm just thinking she's ready for the big time. She's coming back a little quick, but I think she's the now horse, and I'm going to take the 1 Jane Austen to upset number 4. Nothing Like You. 1-4 for me, but the other 2 runners in the race have ability. There should be some speed in the race, and it should be a fun 4-horse field to watch.
And all 4 runners come into this race exiting a victory in their last start, so certainly you don't see that every day in the racing form. Larry also mentioned one of the other runners, number 2, Sugarfish from the Jeff Mullins barn. Beat older last time out, now runs against her own age group. She'll have to improve, but she certainly has ability. Race number 8 is a race for fillies and mares traveling 1 mile on the turf course. It's for starter optional claiming types. We've got a field of 9. The lukewarm morning lane favorite from the Leonard Powell barn is number 4, Indy Star, 7-2 on the morning line, indicating this might be an open race. Talk to us about race 8, Larry.
I think these last 3 races are very wide open. You're only letting us pick 2. We got to be careful. I'm just going to try to look for the value, and obviously I would recommend everybody spread in these races. But I went with I think there's going to be speed in this race, and I went with the number 7 horse, Zayarat, for Vladimir Surin, who got himself a win yesterday. Just watching tapes, this horse throw the race out 2 back against Sugarfish on the main track, but the horse returned to the grass last time and did get shuffled around, lost key opportunities to get a good spot in the race, and I thought the horse finished with interest. Maldonado got to know the horse that last time, and he's back on it. And Edwin can finish. He's not just a speed rider, Tom. He's a very versatile rider, and I just see the value going to this horse today. So I'm going to pick the Surin train, number 7. And the other horse I use in the race is Indy Star. I had to just mention Leonard Powell. We've had tremendous success with him. He's having tremendous success, and what a job he did bringing that filly back in the Grade 1 couple weeks ago. Unbelievable job he's done. But we have a couple of fillies with him, and he's done a great job with both of them. We've got 3 2-year-olds with him now, and I think he's done a good job just getting this horse, figuring out what this horse wants to do. It was on the grass back in its career, put it back last time, got the win. Mike Smith. I just want Mike Smith to stick around for forever, because I love Mike Smith, his attitude, and he's just a legend.
And he's a mentor in the jocks room as well, Larry.
Absolutely. 7-4 for me, but I'm telling you, I could have went so many directions in this race. The 3, Medhia, is dropping, and it's a suspicious drop, but she ran her best race. She'd probably be really tough in here.
Race number 9 begins the $1 Golden Hour Pick 4. The last days of the Golden Hour Pick 4 are today and tomorrow, because Golden Gate's closing day is tomorrow. But we kick things off today in the $1 Golden Hour Pick 4. Sprinting 6 furlongs here at San Anita for fillies and mares. It's a starter optional claiming race. We've got a field of 7. Elton Sings Another, I should say, from the Mark Glatt barn, is the 9-5 morning line favorite. She's going to wear saddlecloth number 6. Will we see her in the winner's circle or someone else, Larry?
Well, just mentioning the end of the Golden Hour Pick 4, I'm tearing up a little bit here, because it's a great bet.
Golden Gate's a great place as well. I paid my respects and said goodbye to them during the week that we weren't racing here in April, but a lot of great memories at Golden Gate Fields. Bill Shoemaker rode there. I mean, look at all the jockeys.
I think Citation might have went there, and we won a race up there with J.J. Hernandez when he was little known down here with Chicaboo about the Campanelle Stakes.
Yeah,
I think that was about 7-8 years ago, but yeah, a lot of good memories of Golden Gate Fields. It'll be sorely missed.
It sure will. I would never like to see a racetrack close, whether it's other racetracks like Hollywood Park, Arlington Park, Calder, or now Golden Gate. Always tough to say goodbye, but we want to cash a ticket in the Golden Hour Pick 4 to say goodbye. So who's it going to be in race number 9?
Well, I mean, the horse to beat is the 6 Elton's
Elton sings another.
Sings another. These names they string together, I can never.
You and I will never be track announcers. Let's put
No,
it that
it's
way.
not going to happen. But that's my second choice. I'm going with the comebacker to 3 Big Celebration. I kind of gravitate to horses I liked at sales. And I tried to buy this horse as a yearling. And she's had a spotty career. She broke her maiden by 7. They tried her, this is in 2022. They tried her in a couple stakes. Wasn't good enough at the time. Her best race, even though she got disqualified from purse money, and I didn't look into why last time, but maybe she's a grass horse, but I watched her June 1st gate work, and it was a little erratic, but I thought she had sneaky run.
Well, we want to watch it with you, as a matter of fact. We pulled up the replay courtesy of our friends at xbtv.com to watch the workout for Big Celebration. It's a solo work on June 1st on the main track. It's a gate drill as well, but as you just mentioned, Larry, she, I should say, didn't break very cleanly out of the gate, but she sure picks it up late. You can tell by the final workout time of a minute and change. She was flying along down the backside once she gathered herself and went straight.
It looked like a 102 work to me because then she gets a little erratic when you'll see when she comes off the quarter pole in the lane. But yeah, I think she's grown up some, and I think there's more that we've seen from her, and she's proven she can handle dirt to me when she broke her maiden, and I just think this work is sneaky. I read the workout reports from the noted clockers, Andy Harrington and Toby Terrell, and I'm against them on this. You like
the work?
I like the work because I'm trying to look inside the work. I understand what they're saying because she gets a little erratic, but she's
a little sloppy. Let's put it right.
She had no company. Like right here, he's not really asking her for a lot.
But she's running.
I think she has a lot of the word today, Tom, is determination. I want determined racehorses because they're going to give it their all. And I just think she might be sneaky live today at 6-1. So I'm gonna pick her and go 3-6 in this race. And I think it's another race. There's a few other live pieces in the race, but I like these last 3 races.
And the pedigree is there for Big Celebration as well. She's a full sister to Big Sweep, who earned $367,000 in her career, including beating the boys in career start number 2 in the Echo Eddie, trained by Mark Latt. So we'll see if there's actually any claims in for Big Celebration as well. She's in for $50,000 today. We close out the card in race number 10, offering $5 golden hour daily double wagering, similar concept. Last race here with the last race at Golden Gate, and we close things out traveling 1 mile on the turf course for $32,000 claimers, non-winners of 2 races lifetime. Another good competitive field of 9. Number 5, What a Dude, is the lukewarm 3-1 morning line favorite. A lot of different ways you can go here, Larry. Which way are you going and why?
I think I changed my mind 6 different times.
Do you want to do it 7 times?
Well, this is an all race, but I'm going to give you 2 horses. I'm telling you, this is an all race. Something crazy is going to happen here. I went with the Brian Coroner, 3rd off the layoff, 7, Feriano. I love the mare. I think Old Pal's the other horse of Mark Latz that just placed in a Calbred stake a couple weeks ago. He is out of the same mare, and I kind of like this horse at the sales too. I didn't know if the horse – I don't trust the sire, Mishwish, but I think this horse is inching forward off its comeback race till its last race, and I like that Brian's running the horse for 32. I know it's a conditional 32 today, but I just like that he's protecting the horse a little, maybe for Del Mar. So I went with that horse. And I got to look at my notes to see who I picked
Number
second.
5, What a Dude, is what we have on the screen. You might have changed your mind, though.
What a Dude ran that. That race inside a race, ran a huge mile at a 1 1/8 race and got real late.
Sure.
I don't think the horse has to take off like it did last time. I think they tried something new with the horse to see how the horse would run on the front end. And I think the horse could be more rateable because there's enough speed in here. But Frizou rides for his goat, it's Doug O'Neill, Frizou. I don't know what their percentages are, but they're a good 1-2 punch. And I just think the horse makes sense off its last race. I went 7-5. Did I mention this is an all race?
You sure did, as a matter of fact. Great way to end the card. 7-5 to close things out for our seminar guest, Larry Zapp. Larry, before I let you go, one more wager to quickly talk about, just to summarize it, and that's the $1 coast-to-coast pick 5. I know you pay attention, and the payouts have been astronomical lately. It's a pick 5 that links races between Gulfstream Park and Santa Anita. You can see today's $1 minimum, low 15% takeout wager begins with Gulfstream Park, race number 9, post post time for race 9 at Gulfstream Park, 2:02 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure you get involved, and also make sure you take note. Tomorrow's 9 race card begins at 1 o'clock Pacific time. Next week, closing week, we'll be running 4 days, Thursday through Sunday next week, live racing here at the Great Race Place. Larry, thanks so much for your time and insight. Always a pleasure shooting the breeze with you. Good luck not only with your selections today, but with all your upcoming equine purchases as well.
Thank you, Tom. Love being here, and we're running a horse on closing day, Golden Gate, law-abiding. He's won 3 in a row. We're wheeling him right back. We won closing day, Hollywood Park, with Jet Evader's mother, Jet Blue Girl. So I like the win. I wish I could be there, but I'll be here instead.
Extra bonus play for tomorrow up at Golden Gate, courtesy of Larry's app. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy the Belmont Stakes, and good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the winner's circle are Santa Anita hornblower Jay Cohen and colleagues Rick Tyree and Bill Frazier. Would you please rise for our national anthem? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Santa Anita Park, the Great Race Place. The main track is fast, the turf course is firm, and the rail on the turf course is at 0 feet. In the first race, there are no program changes. No program changes in the second race. In the third race, number 1, Respect the Crown, 1 pound overweight. Number 2, Annie Fox, is scratched. Scratch number 2, Annie Fox. No show wagering. In the fourth race, the program indicated scratch of number 6, C. Singer. No changes in race 5. In the sixth, number 1, Doro Dash, 2 pounds over. Number 5, Kaylin Dana, 4 pounds over. Number 6, Pacific Quest, 2 pounds overweight. Seventh race, Summertime Oaks. Grade 2, $200,000 guaranteed. No show wagering. There are no changes in the eighth race. Eighth race, leg 1, $1 Golden Hour, pick 4, In the ninth, number 2, Perfect in Gray, 1 pound overweight. And in the 10th race, it's leg 1, $5 Golden Hour Double. There are no changes. Ladies and gentlemen, today, Coast to Coast Pick 5, featuring races from Gulfstream Park and Santa Anita Park. It's a $1 minimum, player friendly, 15% takeout. Coast to Coast Pick 5. Post time for the first race in 26 minutes time.
Prime plays for Saturday at Santa Anita. We have 2 maiden races on turf for older horses to look at. The first race and then the 6th race is the same race, just split into 2 divisions because it overfilled. And I think Mark Glatz got lucky here because he had 2 horses in this race. Now they're on opposite ends of the split, and I think they're both going to win. In the first race, we're talking about number 7, Bad Uncle Barry. This is a good magic colt who has not been out since last October, so this is just his 3rd career start, making that return off the long layoff, training really well for his comeback. He was a pretty decent prospect last year. He's now 4 years of age. I still think he's going to be a good colt, and I think that starts in the first race on Saturday with this maiden win that I think he will achieve. 2-1 in the morning line on number 7, Bad Uncle Barry. Now let's move to the 6th race. This is the other half, and again, Mark Glatz got the horse to beat here. That's number 1, Dioro Dash. He too has not been out since last year. His only race last year, he was 2nd in a maiden race at Del Mar before they had to turn him out. Now he's back, and boy, is he trained well. Take a look at this breeze on the training track. This was recently a 1/2 47-3 bullet workout, and in company with What Makes Sammy Run, and that's a nice stakes type of horse. Dioro Dash on the inside, he holds his own, and I think he is going to run to this work and win the 6th race. Number 1, Dioro Dash, our second prime play of the day in the 6th race on Saturday at Santa Anita.
And they're off.
Welcome, everybody. 13 minutes to post for the opener. On behalf of everyone here at First Racing, we'd like to welcome you to a Saturday here at Santa Anita. Hi, everybody. Peter Lurie alongside my partner in crime, Miss Millie Ball. Millie, we've got ourselves a nice little 10-race card. We got a nice little graded stake. Also, for folks who are watching around the country, we've also got that coverage around the track from the Belmont at Saratoga.
Indeed. So let's get kicking off with the opener here because we've got a work to show from Wild Recruit. That's the number 3. He's a 3-year-old colt by Nyquist, making the second start of his career. He actually took a little bit of money at the windows in his first start for Brian Coroner, but Tyler Bays is working him. Tyler always wears, and thank you, Tyler, for this because it's easy then to spot you. He wears his yellow cap there over his helmet, and he's behind horses right now. It looks like maybe a pair of Michael McCarthy's, but he's going to come up the inside, and I like not only the experience that this horse gets from coming up the inside, but you can see he's just in this really nice rhythm. He doesn't change anything with the fact that he's getting closer to these horses. He just stays trucking along here, and I think, you know, it showed that he can relax as well. And look at the finish. He just asks him, probably chirped to him just a little bit to get him to finish, and he was able to go on and gallop out past those horses.
Looks good right now, nice and relaxed. He just lightened the load, so to speak, as he
And
was getting
fit,
ready.
which
And
is the key.
Fit is the key. The rail, by the way, at 0 today. Thought you'd like to know that as far as you turf players are concerned. 2-1 favorite on the 7. I believe we've all got this one on top. Bad Uncle Barry for trainer Mark Glatt. This horse, good second last time out, but we're dealing with a horse also hasn't raced since October, although they showed up with a bullet drill last time out.
Yeah, and Mark's really good at getting horses ready off a layoff, and that work was super. It was on XBTV. I really liked it. We're going to see a horse that he worked with, Diora Dash, later on in race number 6, so maybe we can use that work for Bad Uncle Barry, see how he performs in here. But I think it's Bad Uncle Barry, and Russell Hustle was another interesting horse to me. He's got a lot of experience. He's an 0 for 14 maiden, so I would look at him in your exotics. And the number 2, Brohim, it sounds like, Pete, in reading the workout reports from the private clockers, that this horse has taken an improvement, a step forward with the barn change, at least in the morning. We'll see if he does in the afternoon, but he came out of a